landed on the backpack and I started to twist like this. And I remember while it's happening, hearing "Tumhare pair," and my legs had started to go under where the train was moving. I did 4 years of theatre.
Yeah.
Did many shows with all the groups. With Atul Kumar, with Rajat Kapoor, Rajit Kapoor.
A lot of people remember you from Cold Mess, bro.
When I feel cold.
That's so interesting.
Although when I die, I'll only be remembered for my Cred ads. Hussain just broke all records for Indian art. It sold for 130 crores.
130 crores?
130 crores, highest sold Indian modern art.
ये देखिए, ये आशीष नेहरा नहीं है, ये साचा बारन कोहेन नहीं है, ये ऋषि सुनाक नहीं है, ये हमारे अपने जिम सार्भ है. वेलकम टू द बॉम्बे जर्नी मेरे भाई. क्या हाल है आपके?
बिल्कुल ठीक.
We have to tell you that the show is presented by the Hyundai Creta, Undisputed Ultimate. But tell me, how have you been? What's up?
I've been good, man. We've been doing promotions for a few days. I've actually been wildly busy. I find myself exhausted. I've been waking up tired and carrying on through the day tired and not getting that one-day reset. A nice clean reset.
Yeah. But पुणे हाईवे में काफी आप लोग गाड़ी में हो और काफी मैंने देखा गाड़ी का कुछ कैरेक्टर है उसके अंदर.
Actually, there's not that much in the car. There's an event that happens on the Pune Highway in our past, which is a bit of a flashback.
अच्छा ठीक है, fair enough.
And then, but basically it's about a group of friends who all grew up in the same building, who have this like intense bond as a consequence.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then there's a murder that happens or a dead body is found far away. It has like a ripple effect within the group. Suddenly you have to question your friendships. Suddenly you're suspicious of, did I know this person as well as I thought I knew?
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
But जैसे मुंबई में,
do you have friends like since your childhood?
वही मैं सोच रहा था कि childhood वाले दोस्त नहीं रह जाते हैं भाई.
You know, for a couple years I lived in a building in South Bombay.
कहाँ मतलब बताओ, पूरा बताओ.
Malabar Hill.
Oof.
My dad made money midway through his life.
But आपके ऐसे दादा परदादा का भी खबर है, उनका आर्ट गैलरी वगैरह था.
He did have an art gallery, but modern Indian art didn't make money.
Exactly what I told my producer.
It hasn't made money until recently.
है ना?
The art gallery is now an auction house. Pandol,
okay, ठीक है.
Yeah, but it's my uncle runs it.
Okay, ठीक है.
Right? It used to be Pandol Art Gallery, now it's Pandol Auction House.
Pandol Auction House.
Yeah, and it's running very successfully.
हाँ, अब आर्ट की अलग सीन है भाई.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows Mr. Mehta, or they want the horses from Hussain and then like all kinds of stuff.
I mean, I still meet people who will point out a painting and be like, your grandfather sold me that painting.
Oh wow!
5,000 rupees at that time.
Oh wow!
And you're like, oh my god! And you look at it now, and it's this huge Hussain horse, and you're like, my god!
Crazy!
What a return on investment!
100%, right? Like,
Hussain just broke all records for Indian art. It sold for 130 crores.
130 crores?
130 crores, highest sold Indian modern art. Before that, it used to be Gaitonde. I can't remember how much it went for, but it was something also like...
I have goosebumps because I've seen a Hussain in real life, and my ex-girlfriend's father happened to sell it right before Hussain's passing for 70,000 rupees. लेकिन बहुत फेक आर्ट है वहाँ पर. जितने आर्ट कॉनोसियर्स हैं उनको पता है कैसे आप हाउ टू गेट appraising of
appraisal
appraisal of the art. तो वो आप लोग प्लीज ध्यान रखें. Let's circle back to your dad's story.
My dad grew up in a bagh in Mahim, where the Parsi Panchayat gives you flats. He was not in a high economic bracket at all. He left very young because he wanted to make a name for himself. He wanted to make some money. He wanted that kind of success. And so he left to join the Merchant Navy and was right from a cadet on a ship to finally becoming a captain. So he made money very late in his life. So even when we lived in this building not because we could afford a flat there, but because it was a company flat.
Oh, fair enough.
But it was an incredible building. Like, I have memories of the building still.
Were you like naughty and stuff?
Yeah, I was naughty.
Yeah?
I mean, I tried to get away with what I could get away with. I tried to watch TV for as long as possible. I tried to be down playing for as long as possible. I was mischievous.
Ah.
Yeah, I was mischievous.
You were also doing theatre bachpan mein, nahi? Or was that much later in life?
Well, yeah, in school a little bit.
Okay.
8th standard, I think I was Romeo and Juliet. In 11th, I remember being Algernon and the importance of being earnest. In the 12th, we did an adaptation of a film called Shallow Grave.
I'm going to set the air conditioning for my temperature.
Please.
Do you want it sync to yours as well?
What are you going to make it?
Like 17.
Yeah, sure.
That's good?
Yeah.
I'm getting ventilated seats on. You're good. You do just the part where you're acting, or it's theatre, so you're doing 2-3 other tasks as well?
No, I would just do the part where I was
Okay, fair enough.
all through. They had a great theatre department where they got in professional. So the cast would be half students, half professional actors from Atlanta. Yeah. So you learned really quick.
Dude, that's mental.
It's the best. It's the best way to learn in my opinion.
ये जॉर्जिया अटलांटा में पढ़ाई की हैं तो
जी.
आप लोगों को अगर रेफरेंस के लिए
Emory University पे.
एंड वहाँ आप साइकोलॉजी पढ़ रहे थे
जी.
कितना ज्यादा मैटर करता है साइकोलॉजी जानना एक एक्टर के लिए
Double-edged sword. So it is important to think about characters' motivation, try to build their interior world if that's something that's very interesting to you. You should build an interior life of the character, but eventually what is most important is what you do, not what you think. You're acting, not thinking.
मतलब you're also succumbing to the director's vision and saying कि अच्छा ठीक है इन्होंने कुछ सोचा हुआ है उनके हिसाब से भी करना जरूरी है
बिल्कुल
है ना so then you're coming back to Mumbai is what day क्या याद है आपको कब आए क्यों आए कैसे आए
I came back when I was 8 and I was very upset. Why? Because every kid is upset to be uprooted and to move back, you know. And I'd gotten so comfortable there and I liked it and it was pretty and you could walk to school and there was a park up the road and you know we were so far out in the suburbs that you could have a swimming pool in your backyard and all of these kinds of things, you know. Dad was busy paying mortgage on the house. I don't think we finished paying the mortgage before we had to leave.
oh no
Yeah. I remember going back when it had been sold and feeling very, you know, really odd and strange. And I just went into the like backyard and I just sat there and I had a little cry and I felt very odd because it has all those childhood associations and memories. Nah? And also what's weird about going back to the place that you remember as a kid is you have to resize everything in your head.
yes
You know this feeling?
yeah the hall is just like smaller
You're like, huh?
इतना
I thought it was humongous.
yeah I know
I thought the walk up the street to the park was like a walk. It's like nothing. It's just there.
yeah it was so much like thrust to have your mother ask you to go get something and you're like भाई वो तो बहुत काम है
exactly.
and you're just like
It's like
it's right there
40 adults steps away. You know?
yeah I know what you mean so then कौन सी बिल्डिंग आपकी बिल्डिंग बनी मुंबई आने पे
First we moved into a place called Mystery Court, which was my mom's flat, and then we had a
where was this
Marine Drive, a building called Mystery Court, right opposite CCI Club.
oh fair enough
Yeah, it was small, 1-bedroom flat. Me and my sister slept in the hall. And then the first time I moved out of my parents' house, I moved to Char Bangla with my friend Naren.
वाह वो क्या करते थे नरेन
He does the music. He's a music composer for
क्या बात
films.
है
Yeah.
कितना भाड़ा होने का तभी
I don't even remember.
no
Very little. Wasn't much
but
at all.
Mumbai भाड़ा generally are not taken as very little by people
Oh,
na?
it was
They're
little. It was like 20-30K, something like that.
in Juhu
No, not in Juhu, in Char Bangla.
चार बंगला
Yeah,
भाई तो बहुत सस्ता पाया आप
it was a long time ago.
so then how did you meet Ram how was Neerja happening
I had auditioned for an ad with this girl named Kanika Berry. She calls me in for this audition. I do a basic audition. She says, "Can you do this kind of accent?" I was like, "I don't know if I can. I'll try my best." She's like, "Yeah, just try your best." And then I was called in for a call back, and I sat with this guy named Vinod Rawat, who is Ram's like associate director,
yeah
who was working with us. And so he put me through. He gave me a couple scenarios. He tried to walk me through a couple improvisations. I was doing my best. A lot of it was just like sitting there and watching him eat a giant plate of biryani, you know.
what
And
you
he just
saying
like ate this plate of biryani, in front of me. And I remember thinking, that's an odd thing to do in an audition, but I guess maybe there's some purpose behind all of this. So I just went. Then we did a 5-day workshop. And by
with
then,
Sonam
no, because we were all kept separate. Na? There was Ram Madhwani was doing all method.
Oh my
method
God.
acting thing. So he was doing where we all were separate. The hijackers prepared separately. The cabin crew prepared separately, and the passengers prepared separately.
क्या बात है यार, ये तो
And then they
गदर
were all
आदमी है.
kind of put together. Yeah.
Advertising people, boss.
Incredible.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
Hey Ram, hi, how are you?
a difficult but an enjoyable scenario. And
I'm sure.
In my opinion, like an actor's dream. So then I read the script before this workshop. You were called in, you were allowed to read it in the office. You know, this was those days where like you called in and allowed to read. And after reading the script, I was like, I want to play Khalil. I want to play Khalil. He's such a good part. It's the most interesting part in my opinion. Best male part in the film. Oh my God. And Khalil was written like, you know, he's the big hulking kind of guy, red eyes, you know, eyes always bloodshot and all of this kind of stuff. But I think they decided over the course of the workshop, because I also knew and had a focus that I wanted to play that character, that they thought that I could do it.
ठीक है, इतनी अच्छी बात है, ये तो बढ़िया बात है. But Binte Dil for me is a very like one of those random things that comes up in my head when somebody says performances. तो वो मेरे को हमेशा नायाब लगा क्योंकि I'm sure Ranveer Singh एक crazy energy है.
I think we matched very well in that.
कैसे?
I think we had lots of fun scenes, and I love when a person is giving so much because you get to play off it in the most fun ways.
I'm sure.
You can undercut the energy, you can play completely opposite, you can really run with it. It's great. It gives you so many choices.
ऐसा surprise करते थे कि आप कुछ अलग ही वाकड़ा करके उनके साथ?
We would surprise each other sometimes, but sometimes we'd also agree that let's try this. More to surprise Mr. Bhansali.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Can you do that? I don't know if there is space to do that.
Of course there's space to do that.
Bhai, superb. So you're not like this, you're not this person who's very like scared of Mr. Bhansali and like, oh my God, he's this person who's...
No, I try to do my best.
Fair enough. But है वो ऐसे बहुत strict एक particular kind of human जो ऐसी करना चाहिए कुछ चीज बोलते हैं.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he wants and he's trying to achieve that. But within what he wants is the possibility to be surprised.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He would see me doing something where I'm just playing around or messing around, or I'm just walking around thinking how I'll play my little scene, and I start fiddling with something and he'll be like, okay, change the camera movement, let's incorporate this into the thing. So he was very
accepting.
Yeah.
तो भाई फिर generally evolution काम बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं आया आपका, ऐसा like back to back तड़ा बहुत this time.
No, it did. It was like bam bam blam 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 after.
So नीरजा के 2 साल बाद पद्मावत आई थी.
Yeah, but I started shooting not almost immediately. Neerja was happening. While Neerja came out, I was shooting Death in the Gunj. And later in the year, I had a...
Oh yeah, Death in the Gunj took a while to release also, na?
I had a play tour. I started Rabta. While on the play tour, I auditioned for Padmavat. I got it. I finished the second schedule of Rabta and joined Padmavat.
Fair enough.
And then after Padmavat happened, a web series called Smoke happened, Sanju happened, Made in Heaven started before Padmavat was over. So it was pretty back-to-back for me.
Crazy.
It felt pretty crazy. Yeah.
Made in Heaven के बाद भी एक तरीके का सैलाब आया होगा ना? Because वो OTT का one of the first series है नहीं?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess
like
Sacred Games, Netflix and Prime had, yeah.
अब हम आते हैं अल्टीमेट चैलेंज सेगमेंट में, which is presented by the Hyundai Creta, undisputed ultimate. What is the ultimate challenge then as an actor to kind of get away from that image? Are you constantly...
I don't know, it's just how it keeps happening. Now you do Neerja and then it's like, oh, you're good at being a bad guy. Then you do Made in Heaven, then it's like, oh, you're good at being a rich guy. You know, then the same person that will have said you were incredible and so believable in Neerja is saying, you know, I can't even imagine you're not rich. It's like, but I wasn't rich in all of those films. What are you talking about? No, but it's just how it goes, you know.
Yeah.
You see a person repeatedly in one particular thing, or you connect with one particular project, and then that just naturally happens. There's not much you can do about it.
That's true. What are the quirks of Mumbai that you really like?
So many things.
The ultimate quirks of Mumbai.
So many things. People are generally open for a laugh.
Yeah.
And a chat. And you can make funny eye contact. And, you know, you can enjoy a moment with a stranger.
Yeah.
Of course, things change with the people recognizing you. And then it's no longer just a random interaction, which I love.
Yeah.
Actually. But still, I can still bicycle around Bombay. You know.
You do that?
Yeah.
Hey, that music video of ours was also the ultimate hit.
Yeah,
A
cold
lot
mess.
of people remember you from Cold Mess, bro.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Although when I die, I'll only be remembered for my Cred ads.
What is your ultimate achievement? Cred की ad की थी मैंने.
Cred में तो देखा था.
No, but like those ads are also very different
so
kind of
good,
advertising,
dude.
boss. So really kudos to the whole team that did it.
Ayappa, man.
Yeah. But ये ultimate कोई tip जो आपको किसी ने दी हो?
Ultimate tip on what?
Just acting from anybody you remember?
On acting, yeah, many. Nasir once said that character really affects the plot, you know, and has their own agency and their own conflict going on. Does my character have their own conflict, or are they just there to prop up and support the lead? So that's one that I really like.
Because
And
उनका
I
फिर
do
वो
think-
closure भी होगा ना वो arc का.
Yeah, and I do think in the roles that people have liked me in, it's when the character has their own conflict, you know?
Yeah. ये तो इंटरेस्टिंग है यार. हर जिंदगी के हर पड़ाव पे वीकनेस अलग होती है. वो बढ़िया है. बट मेड इन हेवन का कैरेक्टर जो है, क्या उसका अल्टीमेट प्रॉब्लम क्या है भाई? उसको करना क्या है जिंदगी में? मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता. मेरे को किरदार आपके लिए निभाने के लिए तो बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज लगता है. मेरे को एज एन ऑडियंस लगता है इसका चल क्या रहा है जिंदगी में? इसको चाहिए क्या?
I don't think he knows.
But do you think like these ultimate grand venues like NMACC will give space to more better theatre?
The last thing I watched there was Life of Pi.
Haven't you seen Phantom of the
No,
Opera?
I haven't seen it. Was it good?
Oh my god,
Yeah?
it was fab.
The thing is, I don't know. I've never watched the Phantom of the Opera, but my mom used to play this CD in her car of the like soundtrack non-stop. So I know some of the songs. So the song will start, and it's like almost like you go into robot mode, where like the puppet is controlling your voice, and you suddenly can sing all of the words. You know?
But having traveled so much, what are the ultimate kind of like food picks you have from everywhere?
Nariyal pani available everywhere.
भाई
Love
क्या
it.
बढ़िया भाई लेकिन 70
Dosa.
रुपए का क्या हो
I
गया?
love dosa street food.
Yeah,
come on,
dosa is superb.
freaking- I used to live right opposite Manju Dosa, which we're coming up to on the right. If you've never been,
I could have one right now. Are you a cooker?
no.
Cooker.
I don't mind cooking. I like it when the
Yeah?
time comes. But otherwise,
Do
I
you
don't-
have like a
I don't
secret
get
recipe
time
you can
usually.
tell us?
I consider my scrambled eggs the best.
Same, bro.
You dump 4 eggs in the thing, you mix it up really proper, put butter in the pan, and then put it on low heat. Add it and stir. I don't like hard scrambled eggs. I
Yeah,
like very
runny.
creamy, you know, almost like dahi consistency. That's like the shit. So yeah. Oh wow, all this like
No cheese?
cold air coming out of the
Yeah, we have ventilated seats.
ultimate Hyundai Creta.
Undisputed. That's perfect. Do you want it or not?
No, it's very nice.
It's nice, na? I've had an
I
actor
turned
think
over
it
to the
was...
left to look at something, and I just, I shifted slightly, and I felt the cool breeze.
Yeah. Finish your scrambled with a little cheese.
No, I like
Just
it
a little-
super simple. I understand the little cheese on top is very delicious, and if I'm making for other people, I'll add all these like other elements. But me, I like it just plain. As long as it's been stirred properly and you get that creamy, soft consistency, I love it. I love it.
That's good.
Then, of course, if you add cheese, that's always amazing. You can add some, what's it called? Chives, green onions.
Yeah.
Also delicious.
I mean, yeah. But where else? Are you a foodie?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. No. I like it. I'm not. I don't go like orgasmic over like food.
No?
No,
Never?
not exactly. I mean, I like food a lot. I enjoy trying new things.
Yeah.
But I'm not crazy about it.
Fair enough. But street food?
Yeah.
कहाँ का क्या?
Mostly Frankie.
Frankie?
I'm not a big fan of vada pav or samosa. Unless you get those, in the north they get those samosas that have the, in Bihar, they have whole peanuts, and it's a more spicy red
Aloo mixture.
mix inside. Yeah, it isn't
Wow.
like I like those a lot. And I also like the mutton samosas, the little
Oh, they're
small
the
ones.
best.
They're damn tasty.
Yeah, this is in town also, na? You get a lot of them.
You get them, yeah.
Yeah.
What other street food? Chai.
Chai is best, man. Chai
is
to
best.
matlab.
Like proper desi side of the road chai is my
Correct.
favorite always.
Yes. मतलब उसमें 2-4 बार चाय बनी होगी, मलाई भी घुमाई होगी, कुल्हड़ में मिल जाए तो वाह वाह क्या बात है भाई. लेकिन पहले पृथ्वी भी तो यही हुआ करता था. यू गॉट द आयरिश कॉफी, द चाय एंड द समोसा.
You did, yeah, you did.
ये सब क्या कैफे है अभी, मतलब फैंसी हो गया है.
It's different and fancy now.
Yeah.
I remember going and being like, where's all the
Simple stuff. Simpler times.
Simpler times.
I'm gonna go cruise control since we're on the highway because
What does that mean? You don't have to.
you
don't have to.
Oh, it's smart sense level 2 ADAS.
But do you still have to?
You keep your
Okay.
arms on the steering wheel,
Huh.
but it basically is going to maintain the lane.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll turn it on.
So.
There, see? Did you see that?
Oh.
Isn't
Have
that
you seen
cool?
those self-driving cars?
Yeah, I have. I've driven one during an interview.
You drove it?
Yeah.
Well, you did nothing. You just
Yeah, I
sat
just
like
sat
this.
there. So in the middle of the interview, आप लोग Mashable mornings का जाके देख सकते हैं episode where I'm just like, let me stop and then do it. So I'm just like, fully like.
Just the whole time.
The whole time. And the car took us there. And it was getting late, otherwise I would have gone faster.
It's so odd. My friends from San
Slower.
Francisco send me videos like being like, look, see, who's driving?
But always like smart sense level 2 ADAS अच्छा है जिनके पास है. हमारे पास Hyundai Creta में है, but like in essence keep one arm here and your attention on the road.
Yeah.
Another segment called driving down memory lane. Let's finish that up so that we can go enjoy our dosa. ये बताओ कि when was the last time you were starstruck? Like you saw somebody and you were starstruck.
Fiona Shaw.
Fiona
walked
Shaw.
Past in
Show me face.
in Berlin.
And then did you like,
I was like,
say something to her? Oh yes.
Fleabag.
Yes.
Then that other show, Killing Eve.
Yes. Killing Eve, she's fab. She's not even an agent. She's like the person who handles the agent.
She's a handler.
Yeah.
She's very good in Killing Eve.
You
Particularly
do a
good.
very good agent.
I would enjoy something like that.
है ना?
Yeah. Hello.
Please credit.
Commission.
When was the last time you thought Bollywood had it together and they were doing the right kind of things?
They, on and off, they continue to. There'll always be people who think they're going totally wrong, and there'll always be people thinking that they're going totally right.
Yeah.
Just like how when I started, they said theatre was dead. Now they're still saying theatre is dead, but theatre is continuing. Honestly, there are amazing stories all over. There are people making Marathi films and Bengali films and South Indian films and Malayali films and Telugu films and Hindi films also that aren't like fit that magical formulaic box that sometimes Bollywood tries to stuff its films into. You don't need to go if you like it, don't go if you don't like it. Support the things you like. I don't know why it's always becomes this like incredibly... I don't understand to tell you the truth, I don't understand all the discourse around things, you know. There's a lot of things I don't understand.
So, Starstruck, but you haven't had a crazy fan encounter?
I had crazy fan encounters.
क्या हुआ था?
Come to the house.
What?
Yeah.
All the way up?
Open the door.
No, really?
Sorry? Yeah.
How did they find out?
I don't know.
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts. It's not nice.
It's very scary, boss.
I don't like it
ये
at
ना
all.
करें यार.
Yeah.
आप DM करें, उसमें भी अश्लील फोटो ना भेजें.
You can tell in the approach in 5 minutes. Some people are very good at doing this, like I have a public persona kind of thing, and this public persona exists no matter how you approach me. I have great admiration for those people. I'm not able to do it. I've tried to do it. I keep thinking, no, just put on that public persona and like forget about it. But I'm just not good at it. Like if you block my path on the way in or out of the bathroom, I'm like, what are you doing? Or if while I'm peeing, you're asking me for a photograph, I just find all these things very odd. You know, like I'm mid-bite or I'm real conversation with someone and then tap. Eventually it's like, dude, what are you doing?
But 2016 में नीरजा आई, उससे पहले आप थिएटर में काफी नामी व्यक्ति हो गए थे, नहीं?
Yeah, I did 4 years of theatre.
Yeah.
I did many shows.
And not with a particular group.
No, with all the groups.
Yeah.
With Atul Kumar, with Rajit Kapoor, so Rage, Alec Padamsi, other independent shows, some French production came to town and I did that as well.
तो उदाहरण हेतु पहला प्ले जो आपने किया था उसमें कितना पैसा कमाए थे?
The first play, we got paid between 300 to 500 rupees for one show.
No, what do you say?
Zero money on rehearsal. So 500 rupees of that one show, say you did 4 shows, it didn't even cover your up and down travel expense for like 2 days.
Bro, that's crazy.
And I used to come from South Bombay then. So I'd take the train every day.
Nice.
Grant Road to Bandra or Grant Road to Andheri, whatever was required. And then rake, taxi, blah, 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 walking. But after a while, it's a bit like, will I ever
Yeah, I know what you mean.
have any money? I mean, it's like, I don't know why people downplay privilege like it's such a horrible, horrible thing.
Yeah.
Of course, there are 100 kinds of privileges. 100 kinds, right? There's the privilege of your parents really loving and accepting you for who you are. That's
Yep.
a privilege. There's the privilege of your parents being intelligent. That's a privilege. There's a privilege of your parents teaching you emotional intelligence. That's a privilege.
That's
There's a
true.
privilege of your parents having money and being able to support you in a certain way. That's another kind of privilege. Everyone has different
But
kinds
we're
of privileges.
fixated on the last one the most.
We
na?
are fixated on the last one, I think, and that makes complete sense for us to be fixated on the last one because there is such an intense discrepancy of wealth in this country.
Yeah.
It naturally will be a hot topic, and I don't know why people shy away from it. I think they shy away from it because they want to continue it. They want to allow it to continue.
Correct.
If you never talk about it and you never discuss it and you never accept these kinds of things, you remove the responsibility that you may have to eventually help. And I do think that if you are in those privileged positions, whatever that privilege may be, it is your responsibility to a certain extent to
100%.
help in whatever way that you can.
Yeah.
And that includes emotional intelligence. Some people just have a more relaxed way of being in public because their parents really loved and accepted them for exactly who they were.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And so that is its own kind of a privilege. I guess it's I see it as an unfair representation
Yeah.
because you're not talking as much about all of the beautiful things that made it easy for you to be where you are.
Yeah.
भाई कोई लोकल ट्रेन की स्टोरीज है आपके पास?
I've had some work in Bandra.
ठीक है.
And I'm still living in South Bombay at this
ठीक है.
point with my parents. So or maybe I wasn't. I'm not sure. Anyway, whatever. I'm wearing shorts and a little singlet. This is pre-famous days. I could take the train very freely, and I used to enjoy it. And by then you've learned all the tricks. You start walking down the steps only. The backpack comes to the front.
Correct.
Everything comes out of the pocket. It goes in the front pocket of the bag.
Yes.
Like
ये
regular
मुंबई के
stuff.
उसूल हैं देखिए.
And then, so this has all happened. I've moved this. I see that a train hasn't come just yet, but it's rush hour. So you're ready for whatever the fight will be to get on the train. And I get a call. My friend Sukriti. Hello, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm just getting on the train. In my left hand was the book, The Idiot by Dostoevsky.
क्या बात है?
The Idiot. Right hand is phone. Front of thing is bag. Yeah, Sukriti. The train has just come. Let me call you back.
Oh no.
Pocket instead of
Backpack.
now. People are here. Pushing through. I grab that. With my right hand, I grab the
Handle, the
not
rod,
handle,
the
that
middle
rod,
rod,
yeah,
yeah.
pull myself on. And as that's happening, it's hard to know for sure, but I feel the pocket go light.
Yes.
So now I'm paying close attention to who's on my right. Green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair. I'm starting to get pushed in by people, green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair. I'm trying to get my hand down so I can check if it's just the weight of somebody who's pushed up against me or if my pocket has actually been picked. He makes a run for it. He pushes past 2-3 people, jumps off the train.
Yeah.
Now the train has gone. I'm like, oh. I have walked to the edge of that thing, when leapt off the train. The book has gone flying. I've fallen flat on my feet. I would have really hurt myself if not for the backpack. So I landed on the backpack.
Thank God.
I landed on the backpack and I started to twist like this. And I remember while it's happening, hearing, "Tumhare pair!" And my legs had started to go under where the train was moving. So I've pulled my legs in. So I've scraped the skin off both of the top of my feet. I have big bleeding knees. I've fallen like this. My elbow is bleeding. My knees are bleeding. My top of my feet have lost their skin. Pop up because I'm so full of adrenaline.
Yeah. Ki chor.
Start running. Green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown hair, green shirt, brown. I see him.
Oh my God, वो बैठ गया उधर जाके.
He's walking amongst a group of people. I see him walking. He sees that I've seen him. and the stairs are here, and I'm in between him and the stairs. He steps out of the group that he's walking in. So suddenly now, and I've run all the way up to him. I'm breathing heavily, looking at him. He's looking at me. He just takes the phone out and hands it back to me.
That's a beautiful story, Jim.
The best move he could possibly have done. Because if he for 1 second had said, nahi, or it's not me, or galti se hua, or gir gaya, or anything like that, I would have tackled him. And if I had tackled him at the Bandra station, at that time, they would have beaten it out of him. They hate a thief in this scenario.
Green shirt, brown hair, high.
No, but he did the best possible thing, which is no questions, no thing. You got me, here's your phone back. So it disarmed me in that moment. So I've just grabbed it, and now I have a decision to make. Do I get him beaten up by everybody, or do I let him go? And I have a soft spot for thieves. So I like thieves.
What a guy, what a guy. अगर गलती से green shirt, brown hair भाई आप देख रहे हो, ये आदमी अब ये बन चुके हैं. What phone was this?
It was right. So I had a Nokia phone for most of my life, like simple and Nokia phone, no frills, nothing. And I had just gotten an iPhone because my parents had all moved on, parents, sister, blah, blah, blah. They're like, when will you get one? Will you get one? I was like, well, my birthday is coming up in a little while, so up to you guys.
No, good decision.
Just get, yeah, man.
No, good run.
I couldn't have bought a new one.
एक घंटे बाद जब दर्द सेट इन हुआ तो कितना?
एक घंटे, no, nothing.
10 मिनट में.
I forget it. I finished that whole thing and adrenaline. I've gone and I found my book. People are asking what happened. I'm like, yeah, let it be. He stole my phone. Because they all thought I was mad, just jumping on like some foreign guy jumped off the train and thinks he's a hero or something. Yeah. So then I had to explain, and they're like, why didn't you catch him?
Yeah.
Why didn't you catch him? They were furious with me, actually.
Justice!
And I was like, why, please, my legs are bleeding. And then I've sat in a cab, because now I'm catching a cab back home.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm not taking the train today. Literally hearing just that 2 or 3 sentences about like real normal life that now I'm going to have to continue to live with my very bruised and bleeding body,
yes,
made me suddenly wildly tired. Suddenly all the adrenaline and fight was gone within a second, and I was just like, I just want to go home. I didn't even take pleasure in telling the story again. Yeah. Suddenly you're like, what am I thinking? You know, what if I lost my foot?
All of that could have happened. देखिए, हम लोग अपनी कहानियां शेयर करते हैं. आप do not repeat this.
Yeah, do not try it over.
And the good tip is, thanks to my Tauji Ashok Mishra ji, he told me this backpack hack.
You got to do this.
Yeah, the watch also.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dosa is here. Cheese masala.
Thank you.
Thank you. There, it looks fancy, yeah. Cheese Mysore masala. Thank you. There's Pune Highway coming out in theaters.
Yeah, May 16th.
May 16th, तो आप लोग वहाँ जाके देख लीजिए. जिम का क्या काम पसंद है आपको? Made in Heaven 3, can you tell me anything about that? You don't know either. So, आप लोग बताएं क्या क्या देखना चाहेंगे, क्या क्या सवाल रह गए. 3 सवाल लोगों के कमेंट्स में डाल दीजिए, हम लोग इनसे पूछेंगे. This is me, Siddharth Alamba, signing off on the Bombay Journey. Tata. थिएटर करने वाले हो कुछ?
Not right now.
देखते रहना. सोशल मीडिया पे तो कुछ डालते नहीं, हम बता देंगे. दिस इज पता लगा फ्रॉम सीआईडी. चलो बाय गाइस.
चलो बाय.